damaged and injured several Marines. Hold on. We still on. Alright? But it injured several Marines. You know, and as we go into it, you know, we'll just get more information. Alright? But, you know, that's wars and rumors of wars, because it's little things like that. So, the brother Macabre Young, you know, we were going into, you know, with the blood brother, you know, that this little shit like that, that causes strife, that causes long-term strife, that causes enmity, alright, that causes war, alright, we know that that's coming. Alright, so this is, you know, back to the article, once again, Beijing, RT.com. I think that stands for Russia Times or some shit. I don't know. Alright, it's a Russian news article, Russian Times. I think it's Russian Times. Alright, so speaking on Friday, Chinese Foreign Minister spokesman Zhao Lijian called on the U.S. to clarify details concerning the USS Connecticut, a nuclear-powered Seawolf-class fast attack submarine, which struck an identified object while submerged in the South China Sea on October 2nd. Alright? You know, that's how we know, you know, going back to 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, you know, we're aware of Satan's devices, right? The U.S., you know, I like to watch a lot of, read a lot of military news articles. You know, if you look at my page, like a couple months ago, I was just going into military news. Oh, this ship that they created, new F-35 fighter jet just got issued out, just got manufactured. This nation just got this jets and other weapons. Alright? There's enmity, man. The U.S., they started to slim down the military. And when I mean slim down, I don't mean like get rid of things. I mean that these guys are preparing for war, man. They're preparing for war. Okay? They're getting more fast attack submarines, they're getting faster planes. They got those F-35 fighter jets, right, which are, I think, one of the fastest jets in the world. Right, they're getting ready, man. They're getting their attack power up there, man. They're getting weapons and various, you know, planes, jets, boats, submarines and shit that are fast. That's what I mean by slimming down. They're cutting off the fat and they're leaving only the most efficient weaponry. You know? They're leaving an efficient weapon. They got the AC-130 gunship. Alright? With the fucking, I think that gunship, they got the biggest artillery gun on a gunship ever. Alright? These guys are preparing for war. So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know what Satan is doing. Alright? When I mean Satan, I mean Esau Edom. Okay? He is getting himself ready, even though he'll try to make it look like it, or he'll hide it, or you don't really gotta hide it because you know niggas ain't gonna fucking pay attention. So he don't even hide it. It's a lockdown now. He don't hide his shit. He just drop it out there. That's how prideful this devil is, man. And Moab got pride to it, which you're gonna go into also. You know? Zhao requested the U.S. confirm the specific location of the accident, the vessel's intentions, and more details about the collision itself, including whether it caused a leak of nuclear material. The spokesman also added the submarine had damaged the local marine environment. But you know, they said that, you know, they were making it about the environment. This is, China is framing it in a way to make it sound like, oh, we care about the environment, oh, it's a, we're the good guys. Alright? But we're gonna get a quick scripture because you know you Moabites, y'all are proud, man. Y'all are real proud. Alright, now Esau is known for his pride, but you Moabites are also proud. This book of Isaiah chapter 66, verse 6. We have heard of the pride of Moab. He is very proud, even of his haughtiness, and his pride, and his wrath. Okay, so Moab is prideful. He's known for his pride, his pride, his wrath, his anger. Alright? He's proud, you know, in his haughtiness. You know, when you hear about, when you read about it, you know, Moab having wars with Ammon, you know, and the Japanese, they dropped certain viruses, and I think it's some virus. They gave them the bubonic plague or the pneumatic plague. China, or not China, Japan gave to China, because even Moab and Ammon having their own wars and home skirmishes. You hear about that rape of Nanjing, where Japanese, where Ammonites came in and they raped Moabite women. So you got Moabites among Ammon, you got Ammonites among Moab, because it goes back to the seed line of the fathers. It doesn't matter what your mother is or how they look. It goes back to the seed line of the fathers. Alright? Isaiah 16 verse 6, we have heard of the pride of Moab. He is very proud, even of his height, and his pride, and his wrath. But his lies shall not be so. Alright, but all his boasting shall be submitted. Alright, Moab is very pride. Right? Even now, he's up here and he's boasting, alright, really bolstering himself up, puffing out his chest, alright, in front of this council. Alright, pretty much challenging the US, saying, alright, well, you say that we hit something, your fast attack submarine hit an unidentified object. Well, I don't believe that, man. You're gonna have to explain a little bit more. Alright? That's adversarial language. Alright, that's adversarial language. Alright, these Moabites, they know what's going on. They're ready for war. Alright? They know war is coming. War is inevitable. Alright? Verse 7, therefore shall Moab howl for Moab, and everyone shall howl for the foundations of Kerah Veseph. I want to actually look into what that word is. I might have been assumed, but it's probably a Moabite land. Alright, Harasareth, or wall of Parshens, one of the two chief strongholds for Moab. Alright, Moab, alright, the modern day Chinese are going to howl. Right, Beijing and Moab's stronghold, right? They're gonna cry, they're gonna howl, right? Because they're gonna lose that rulership. This is the book of Isaiah 60 verse 7. Therefore shall Moab howl for Moab, and everyone shall howl for the foundation of Kerah Sareth shall ye mourn. Surely they are stricken. Alright? So they are stricken, they're gonna be finished. Alright? I want to get a quick precept in Daniel chapter 7. This book of Daniel chapter 7. This book of Daniel chapter 7, verse 27. This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 27. In the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom of the whole heaven, under the whole heavens that we are in, that means the entire planet Earth. Okay, it's not every nation under the heavens. Okay? Under the whole heaven shall be given to the people and the saints of the Most High, right, the Israelites. Okay? His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom. All dominions shall serve and obey him. Right? The only people that aren't going to serve and obey him after 1,000-year period, going to Revelation chapter 20, I believe, is going to be Esau Edom, because after that 1,000-year period, the guy in 118, Esau Edom is going to be destroyed. Esau Edom is going to be burnt. There's just going to be none left. They're going to kill all of them. They're going to make them escape. But as for the other nations, they're going to have a degree of rulership, but they're going to be made tributaries. So scriptures talk about, This book of Isaiah chapter 60. Isaiah chapter 60, and I'll just go to the point. There's a lot in this chapter, so I'll start at verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all day when the spies shall bow themselves to the soul of thy feet. Alright, these nations haven't, all nations on this planet Earth afflicted us. We can go into First Maccabees. What nation have not begotten of her spoils? The Moabites have had Israelite slaves, so-called black slaves. The Ishmaelites, so-called Arabs, have had black slaves. Esau, Edom, of course, everyone knows that. They had slaves. Alright, Native Americans, Northern Kingdom slaves, Israelite, Southern Kingdom slaves. Okay? Every nation on this earth has had and begotten or have had some part of the spoiling of the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American men, which is the true Israelites according to the Bible. Alright? Because we fit those curses. I don't see how everyone else here fits these curses of these other nations. And we can go into, I think, Psalm chapter 73. I think I went into it before, they don't suffer as other men. These other nations, Esau, Edom, and these other nations, they don't suffer like we do. They don't live in pain, they don't die in pain. When I wake up, I'm in chains, and when I go to bed, I'm in chains. Alright? It's at that point now where I'm just like, shit, man, I'm through the works, but when that day comes and if I have to go, I'm gonna go, man, because there's nothing to live for here, man. It's a tragedy that a young man, such as myself, a young Israelite man, has to think like this, but hey, I don't give a fuck, man. There is nothing out here, man. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to have women. I mean, I could have women and children, but they're gonna be dead, man. They're gonna be burnt with nuclear fire. And if I follow and do that bullshit, I'm gonna be burnt with nuclear fire. So hey, fuck that shit. Alright? It's not the scripture say it is. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 4. Actually, I'll start at verse 3. Actually, I'll start at verse. I'll start at verse 2. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, 7, verse 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. Alright? It's better to go to the house of mourning than the house of feasting. It's better to be mourning now than to be laughing and fucking dancing behind. Alright? But that is the end of all men. And the living is laid to his heart. Alright? Because that is the end of all men. Alright? Feasting and laughter. Alright? Until they die. Alright? We can go ahead and get that. It's fine anyways. But we're going to go ahead and get that. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Alright, we're going to get into Revelation chapter 1. And the Son of Man is talking about how he shines with his chariots and his clouds during the battle of Armageddon to take revenge for himself, like these other nations which pierced him, okay, which oppressed his people, okay, and to come deliver us out of that number, and also destroy the other nations so that we may be rulers over them. Alright? That they may be our slaves. Okay? That's the only way, that's true reparations according to the Holy Scriptures. Alright, whether these people want to give us reparations or we don't, they're going to be enslaved. Okay, we're going to put them in chains. Alright, we're going to have them in chattel slavery. Alright, we're going to have a line of the Moabites, not to get too far out there. We're going to have a line of Moabites, because I really can't speak about it till what happens. Alright, we're going to have a line of Moabites. Alright, and they come to the beloved brother, the Karamayam, and I say, alright, which one of these you want? I say, alright, I'll take that one, that one, that one. And once again, we really don't know, man. But all we know is that they're going to be slaves and servants unto us. Alright? They're going to do our bidding. They're going to clean up our houses. Alright? They're going to be washing our clothes. Okay? They're going to be doing exactly whatever the fuck we tell them to. We tell that fucking Moabite motherfucker to do 30 push-ups. If he does 29, we're kicking his head in, man. We're going to beat the dog shit out of him. Alright? That's that rod of iron. That rod of iron to break in pieces. Could just say that, in the song. You shall rod of iron to break in pieces the other nations as like vessels of clay. Alright, to be bashing their heads open, man. Alright, to fucking rip them to fucking pieces. You know? This book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 27, verse 37. Matthew 24, verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. These final days that we're living, we're prepared for. Verse 28, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were drinking, eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage to the day that Noah entered into the ark. Alright, that's talking about Israelites, alright? Well, back then they were the sons of God. Okay? That's what they were doing. Alright? Noah wasn't going to some fucking other nations back then. It's never meant for them. Alright, Noah's going to his people, trying to explain to them. Alright, but they laughed at him. Alright? And they were partying and drinking. They ignored him. So, man, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Alright? It's not gonna be alright. Alright? We're seeing now the times we're living in, alright? Jacob's trouble's on the way. We're gonna get into a little bit Matthew 24. You know, that day that never was, but you know, that never was, never shall there be a day as unto that. Those are the days that we're moving into. And we know that it's by looking at the news. You know, we see various food shortages. You know, I know there's a food shortage at that fucking college. I'm not gonna tell or admit it, but I think there is. I know there's a shortage of drivers for various supplies. Like you can order something, but it won't come until weeks and weeks later. Right? Matthew chapter 24, verse 28, but as the days of before the flood, they were eating and giving, drinking and marrying and giving in marriage to the day that Noah entered into the ark. Right? They were dancing, sons of God, modern day, these 2/3, not all of them, I'm saying the sons of God. We're all Israelites, but you got 1/3 Israelites that are coming out here. Okay, you got 1/3 Israelite women that are being submissive and obedient to the husbands, and you got 2/3 women, which are out there committing adultery, that are out there listening to Little Nas X, listening to this rapper, listening to that fucking rapper, partying and drinking, serving and performing feast of Bacchus. You know, that's the shit that's the kind of fucking time these hoes are on, man. Black holes are on, man. That's the kind of shit that they're gonna get into. Alright, you get into trouble, doing crimes. Alright? Hey, you know how it's gonna end. They're gonna get raped, they're gonna get destroyed. They're out of my top, by spiritual powers. You know, I talked about one bitch, man. I got special things planned for her. I said to the brother, I saw that bitch, she looked like she's about to, I know in the spirit, it looked like she was gonna go commit some adultery, man. She's just gonna be a whore. Alright? You know, going out there on Friday nights and shit. I said to the brother, I was like, yo, man, I'm tearing that bitch in half. I don't want to get spiritual powers. And I'm not talking like from the hip. I'm talking from the head. Just tear that whole shit like a piece of paper, man. Alright? Because that's what you fucking people deserve, man. Alright? You deserve to be burned. You deserve to be nuked. Okay? Matthew 24, verse 39. Knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Alright? That's the times that we're moving into. You know, you people aren't paying attention. Alright, we got our people saying, oh, you know, don't worry about that. You know, I'll say certain things or playing around with my family and say, oh, don't worry about that, you know, because I'm in here, you know, and I'm on this science kind of fucking bachelor's of science degree. Alright, a bunch of bullshit. Alright. You know that was highly esteemed among men is abomination to the Most High. But as I said, my family went behind my back. Alright, and they made a payment without my knowledge. All they had to do was wait and ask me, but they didn't do that. They came and they paid for the shit without telling me, so I got set up. But you know, I said, I don't want to work. I want to work. Alright? But, hey, it is what it is. But as I said, you know, I'll bring out certain things. I tell them, literally, like I'm not going to find a job. With these whole juice mandates, you know what the juice is. Kool-Aid mandates. The C19, Windows 19, Kool-Aid mandates. I'm not gonna find a fucking job. Oh, who the fuck is gonna hire me? Alright, I'm gonna have a fucking bachelor's. Alright, and I'll probably be working in a plumber, man. I'll probably be cleaning toilets for a living. You know, and I'll clean the shit out from toilets, man, and work a couple jobs if I have to. You know? You say, oh, but you're not built for it. Man, shut the fuck up, man. Man, shut the fuck up. I'll do whatever I have to. I gotta make my money somehow. Alright? Because I hate when fucking people do that. Alright? Because they say that shit. They say, oh, you look like a nice guy. You don't look like a tough guy. But I'll work, man. I'll do my work. You know? I'll do my work. Shit. But, yeah, I think I wanted to, I'm gonna go back to the article. This book, you know, RT Beijing article once again. He said China, so this guy, Zhao Lijian, whatever the hell his name is, Chinese foreign ministry spokesman. He said China and his neighbors had a right to question Washington over the incident and seek the truth. Okay? So that's China saying that he has a right. That's that pride of Moab. Moab is saying, yo, man, that's the kind of, you know, that's the kind of time Moab's moving on. He's like, yo, hey, I got the right to ask you whatever I want to ask you. You know, that's the kind of time that these Moabites are moving, right? So moving on. The United States deliberately delayed and concealed details about the accident, demonstrating irresponsibility and a lack of transparency. The spokesman told gathered media. All right, and these nations, they're getting tired of America's shit. All right, they're getting tired of it. All right, Poland is getting tired of it. Well, maybe I'll go into that article also, but Poland's getting tired of it. All these other nations are getting tired of it. They're getting tired of America. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm kind of skipping the gun a little bit, jumping the gun. Alright, but this is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 12. And the 10 horns. This book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast. Alright, the 10 horns represented back then Rome's allies. But today, those 10 horns are NATO and the EU put together. Okay? And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, he shall hate the whore, he shall make her desolate and naked. Alright, they shall make her desolate. You know, when we go into chapter 37, that skin represents who you are. What makes America who they are? Okay? It's Americanism. Alright, they call it Americanism, Americanization. Alright, that is America's skin. That is America's identity. Okay, that you have your women out here dressing all kinds of ways. Okay, you can have your men wearing little short shorts. Okay, or you can have, you know, your men acting very effeminate, having effeminate sounding voices. Okay, that your woman have the right to sleep with other women and then go sleep with you. Alright, that your woman can sleep with whoever she wants to, and that you don't have the right to question or be upset about it. Alright? That's the kind of time, that's the kind of wine, alright, that America's on, man. America has brought these other nations. You know, which we'll get that also. We'll get that also. You know, after this. He shall hate the whore and make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Alright, so it's not just Moab who's pissed off and tired of America shit. They're tired of the Babylon juice, tired of the Babylon wine. There's also NATO and the EU that are getting tired of the Babylon juice, as we're gonna read on a little bit, you know, about the AUKUS Pact. You know? So yeah, this is back to the article. Zal said the root cause of the incident was the U.S.'s insistence on sailing through the Beijing-claimed South China Sea under the banner of freedom of navigation. Alright, so shit, man, it always does this to me. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 25, verse 20. Okay? He had put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. Right? He has broken his promises. Now, do not these Edomites do that? Don't they attack people that will be at peace with them? Right? That's what they do. Right? They'll come at you. They'll say, oh, hi. They'll give you peace treaties. When you go into the U.S. the United States broke over something, I believe, like 538 something peace treaties with the Native Americans. Alright? Which is proving that this is all real. Right? This is all prophecy. Did you know this is stolen land that you're on?
Sure.
Did you know it's a stolen land?
No.
Yeah, you didn't know that Ithaca is just belongs to Native Americans. What would they know about Ithaca? Why would they call it place Ithaca? Why would the Native Americans call it?
I just arrived.
You know where Ithaca comes from? You know where the word comes from? Greece. Alright, Greece. You have black men ruling all across that area. Okay? Black men in the Dark Ages. Dark Middle Ages, you have black rulers. So black Moors. Okay, the Moors, the dark skinned people. Most of the Israelites are really black. Right? Dark skinned men, king of the Jews. You can't believe it or not. But hey, you know, it's the truth. It's the truth. This is stolen land. This used to belong to the Native Americans. Alright? They're on this side. They are the northern kingdom. The Holy Bible. Yeah. This is the facts, you know. But you know, the country that we're in, this is Babylon the Great. Right? This country has harsh judgment coming to it, right? The things that they have done to my people.
Very interesting. But I'll be back. You're here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna be here for probably like another hour, you know, as long as I can go. But this is what I preach to my people. But you have people. Where's your fathers come from? Are you Italian, German? You sound like you have a different kind of accent.
I'm from Brazil.
Brazil? Oh, Brazil. Your father's come from Brazil.
My father is Jew, but my origin is Italian.
Italian? Yeah, you had dark-skinned men all throughout America. You know, it's not always on your book just because you don't look dark-skinned. You can very well, you understand? You can very well. You know, but it's something through your spirit.
I like to hear you.
Yeah,
From you.
Yeah, of course.
I'll be back. I'll touch it to find you today or tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. I'm here every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday. I don't stop. You know, unless I gotta go home and handle certain business. But I'm usually here throughout most of the year. 12. This is
You live here?
Yeah, I live here. I work here all the time. But certain times I gotta take trips. Back home. I live here.
What's your name?
I'm not gonna tell you. I'll tell you next time. But hey,
Thank you very much.
yeah, of course, and read. If you want to know certain things, how this country has deceived good people, then you gotta read. You're not white. I don't think you're white. You could be an Israelite. Have a good day. Yeah, I think that guy was possibly Jake. Because they'll have a certain kind of energy. Like I can tell that that's an Israelite form. Alright, and you can't always, he looks like this, he looks like that. Nah, alright, because through the spirit, I say, if it resonates with you, you could very well be Israel. You gotta have patience. Alright, the scriptures say it is. Alright. The scriptures say this, The scriptures say this. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 24. The servant of the Most High must not strive to be gentle unto all men, to all Israelites. Okay? All Israelites, and not to all people. Okay? I have to teach and patient. That's why would you be gentle to these other nations? You just tell people how it is. Because the scripture said the righteous are bold as a lion.